Hey guys, this is Through Blind Eyes.
And this is another great episode from the ETX ROCKS Show featuring the Urban Pioneers.
From the great state of Texas, this is the latest episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Nestled in the piney woods of East Texas, the ETX ROCKS Show delivers the stories and songs of talented artists of all genres, all styles, from the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond. We bring a passion for music and a drive to go behind the curtain with our guests. We focus on all artists, from LA to New York, Nashville down to Texas, and everywhere in between. ETX is our location, not a limitation. Now, as always, it's viewers and listeners like you out there that are our biggest support for the show. If you want to contribute to the show, please do so by donating to www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're tuned in, please hit the like, follow, and or subscribe buttons. And now for another great episode of ETX Rocks. Thanks for checking out the 218th episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Man, we have a huge treat for y'all today. With incredible highs and sometimes increasingly depressing lows, the Urban Pioneers use a multitude of genres and instruments to bring a little something new and a lot of old-time sound to a world of music desperate for something a little different, and travel the world they have. They are a true band of road warriors, playing all over the United States and even into other countries. This is taken from their website. Mix 1 part Texas fiddle and 1 part Tennessee banjo, add doghouse bass and a splash of guitar, and you have a delicious cocktail for your ears known as the Urban Pioneers. This string band hammers out a variety of original songs that encompass old-time hillbilly music, western swing, rockabilly, and even a few gypsy-type songs for good measure. The band stays on the road all over the world for over 250 days a year, playing anywhere from large festivals to backyard parties to goat farms, and we're going to ask him about goat farms, believe me. We couldn't be more thrilled to introduce Liz Sloan, Jared McGovern, and Martin Sargent to the show for the very first time. All right, guys, so Boss and Chris here with the ETX ROCKS Show, and we're really, really excited with our guests today. They are the Urban Pioneers, and man, a string band right here on the ETX ROCKS Show. I'm not going to say it's the first time, but it's been a while since we've had a predominant string band on the show.
I've never been called a predominant string band before, I don't think.
Well, I mean, there's no drums or keys. Or
we try to rock, though, so we'll try to rock a little bit for the rock show. Right?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, it works, man. So you guys did bring your instruments with you, so tell us a little bit about the first song you're going to play for us on the show.
The song Waste My Time is the second song off our brand new album that will be released
the 26th.
The 26th of January. The album's called Hillbilly Swing Music and is the second track off that album called Waste My Time. It's a little western swingy type tune. If you listen to it on the album, we got some steel playing with us, a guy named Burton Lee,
nice.
Another Texas native. He's playing some steel on it with us, and we're just doing it as a little three-piece trio right now. Liz takes a couple leads at it. But when we do hit the road, start hot and heavy in March, Burton's going to come out with us for a couple tours and stuff like that. So come out and see us, and you'll get to see Burton play the steel part.
Very cool.
Live,
so you guys check this out. This is Waste My Time by the Urban Pioneers.
Started hot and heavy, tossed the L word on
Waste all the time you want is yours to waste. Swing it, man. That's right, man. Waste my time, waste my years, waste my heart, waste my love, waste all these tears. No need to leave in such a haste. Waste all the time you want is yours to waste. Waste all the time you want is yours to waste.
Alright, so we are back. That was Waste My Time by the Urban Pioneers, and they just happen to be in the Longview area tonight. They're playing a show at the Memphis Bar. Shout out to those guys over there.
Hey.
Stacy and Mary, good friends of ours. And Lulu and Outbound Train are going to be there as well. Some good friends of ours.
Yeah.
And man, it's so cool to see this kind of thing coming back in East Texas. And you know, we were talking off camera about some of y'all's musical influences, and one of the names that they mentioned is String Bean. So, yeah, tell us about individually who your influences are, and I mean, String Bean is if you haven't heard of String Bean out there,
check
look
out
him
String
up
Bean
for sure.
Check out String Bean and Grandpa Jones. Go watch some old hee haw stuff, and you'll kind of understand where the Urban Pioneers are coming from. I think. I mean, honestly, if you wanna just like make a really nutshell statement about the Urban Pioneers, you would say they're trying to be, I guess, not trying to be, but they are kind of like the living encompassment of a generation of kids that grew up watching hee haw, I think. I mean, I don't know, Liz gets a lot of stuff from Minnie Pearl. I get almost everything I have from Grandpa Jones and String Bean. And then we're like, hey, Martin, tell some jokes. Yeah, we love that stuff. I mean, we love hee haw. Actually, we have a television show that we started producing. We have 6 episodes of it. It's on YouTube. It's called High on the Hog. We have a website called www.highonthehogshow.com, and pretty much what we did is we kind of I wanted to bring back the variety show. I feel like a lot of television nowadays is just, I don't know, it's a lot of reality shows about people going to work. You know what I mean? Everybody just wants to sit at home and, you know, eat their TV dinner or whatever. And, yeah, they just want to watch people at work or whatever. So, I don't know, we just wanted to kind of offer up and make a promotional, you know, thing out of it too as well. And we get a bunch of our friends to come out and play some songs. We've had AJ Gaither and Husky Burnett and Tyler Lloyd Emery and Lulu and Alan and buddy Stephen Prigmore, Carrie Nation Speaking. We had a bunch of guests. Check it out, highonthehogshow.com, and you will definitely get an insight of kind of who the Urban Pioneers are.
Very
you know?
cool.
Yeah.
So Liz, I mean, you guys are not, you know, I mean, when it comes to hillbilly music and Western swing and stuff like that, our generation really doesn't get it, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not old people by any means, but how did you guys get influenced by this style of music?
I mean, I wasn't influenced until later on in age. I was classically trained, and, you know, I kind of quit that when I was about 20. I was just burnt out on it, and I didn't really want to do that for my future. And then I just kind of like stumbled on to different pieces here and there, bluegrass or then old time. And then I was just trying to figure out how to develop a style with my violin or fiddle, however, that I would enjoy more. So that's kind of how I like came into it. And I was always influenced by like Stefan Grappelli, which is more like gypsy jazz, Romanian. And
I definitely hear that in your style.
Yeah, that's definitely like my cup of tea. That's where my heart is. But I really, really like bluegrass and old time too. So I don't know. I just kind of stumbled on it. And Jared really opened my eyes because he was an upright bass player when we first met. And so for the first 3 years of us being together, he played upright bass, but he wanted to start learning fiddle tunes, and I really needed to learn fiddle tunes to build up my repertoire. So he picked up the banjo, and we learned them together. So a lot of my learning is from his learning the banjo.
Yeah. And I mean, this band kind of started to because y'all were playing side in another band, and maybe they weren't playing enough for your liking or whatever, so you guys decided to start your own little project as well. That's kind of how this started, right?
Yeah, we just needed more ways to travel when that band wasn't touring.
Right.
And
yeah, the official story on how the Urban Pioneers started, like Liz said, she was trying to learn some tunes, and on upright bass, learning bluegrass tunes is like this, every song is pretty much the same thing almost. I mean, there's a lot of variations you could do and stuff like that, but after a while, it's like, all right, you don't know the melody yet? Okay, I got it. It's the same thing as the last song was. Yeah, you know, it's and it's fun. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but we were trying to learn some stuff, and I wasn't really learning anything, so I started playing banjo, and then I had a bass built for me by a company called Night String Bass. They're out of Florida. Liz and I were living in Pittsburgh at the time. So we had to go get this bass, and the only way Liz and I really know how to travel is to tour. So we jumped on this tour, Coney Island Road Show. A good friend of mine was putting it together. It had sideshow and burlesque and other bands and stuff like that. It was a pretty wild trip. And we rode that tour down to Florida and back. It was a 2-3 week tour, something like that. And then on our way back with this brand new bass that was designed after the band that we were in. Pretty much on our way back, we had a phone call with everybody in the band, and we decided to break up because whatever reasons, you know, different things were going different ways and stuff like that, and the band had just kind of run its course. So on the way back to Pittsburgh, we're driving, and we're like, well, I guess we're Urban Pioneers now. I guess that's what our band is now. That's what we do now, and ever since we never missed a beat. We never stopped.
In fact, it just like made us have to work 10 times harder because, you know, it's like when a band that you're in, you feel like they're getting to a certain level and then it disperses. This has happened twice to us, I feel like. And then you got to start back down at bottom. So it just made us work twice as hard.
Start a Facebook page with 0 likes. You know?
Well, you know what? Everybody starts at 0.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, no doubt. And we did too. You know, that's kind of a lot what our song "Fast Money" is about. You know, we started at 0 just like everybody else did. You know, there's no fast train. There's no fast track to get to where you're going. All it takes is hard work and dedication, and it'll get you there. You know.
Very cool. So, Martin, how did you meet these guys?
I opened a couple of times for them when they came through my hometown of Fort Worth with a couple different bands, I think, and just seen one day that they needed a bass player online and decided to quit my job and hop in the van with them. Just kind of
not risky at all, right?
No.
I quit my job for a band.
Yeah.
And he's a mechanic. So he said he's a bass player and a mechanic.
Yeah.
We're like, we were living in Tennessee. We're like, we'll be in Texas in like 3 days. We'll be there in a minute, man. And that's what happened. We moved from Tennessee to Texas to
icing on the cake for sure.
We still haven't. Well, we've seen a few things, but thank God our van's been running smoothly. He did fix the last problem, so that's good.
And so you guys are all based in Texas now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 3 hours west of Fort Worth, near Albany is where we live.
Yep. And Martin lives in Fort Worth.
Yeah. So that works out pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of, ever since we've been a band, we've never really had a home. Like where you put on your little profile thing, like where you're from.
Right.
When we started as a band, we were living in Pittsburgh, but we're not from Pittsburgh. And then we moved from Pittsburgh to Tennessee. My mom lives in Tennessee. I'm originally from East Tennessee. So we moved back to Tennessee after, we left Pittsburgh. But we never really lived there, and we never really had like a home base there. And now we moved to Texas. And now we finally feel like we've planted some roots and dropped an anchor, and like we actually live here now. But still, like we're spread out over central, or North Texas or whatever, from Martin and Fort Worth, and we're in Albany. So when people ask us where we're from, it's still just like, we're from Texas, man. People say it's a big state. Where is it? And we tell them the name of Albany, Texas. They're like, they still don't know. So it doesn't matter. We're from Texas. That's what matters, I think.
But this is definitely not Texas music. There's a lot of Eastern Tennessee in it. I mean, a lot of that hill country music. And, here in Texas, we have a hill country. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about over there in Eastern Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. That's what the hill country music is, what I'm talking about. People like String Bean and Grandpa Jones and all that bluegrass. Bill Monroe, Carter Family, all that stuff from over there. And y'all are bringing that sound back. And what I think is really cool about what y'all do is you're bringing some modern tones to it too. Even like the lyrics are more about today rather than then. So in your songwriting, how difficult is it for you to mesh that, the modern lyrics with the old time sound?
I beat myself up over it all the time because we do write a fine line. And when we set out to have a band and when we set out to put this band together and we were like, what kind of sound we wanted to have, because that's kind of a discussion every group of people that wants to have a band, like what kind of band are we even going to have, And Liz and I never really had that conversation. It was just kind of like we started writing songs, and that's what came out. Like our goal wasn't be like, we're gonna bring back traditional country music. Like that wasn't ever.
Yeah.
That wasn't the goal. We're not like militant about it and like you have to listen to classic country or else. It was just that's what we listened to and that's what we're influenced by and that's what came out. So when you're writing a song, and we do have this kind of not necessarily old time, but old timey sound and like a swing sound and hillbilly sound and stuff. When you're listening to the lyrics and stuff like that, you don't want to hear things like cell phone and internet and da da da. You could still talk about those things, I feel like, but the conventions of those old songs and stuff like that, I feel like you don't have to, but in my opinion, like I wouldn't be happy with a song if I came out and had a bunch of modern technological words in there, unless that's what the song called for, Yeah. But I try to still. When I listen to music, that's the music that comes out, and when all I listen to is Hank Williams and String Bean and Ernest Tubb and Ray Price and stuff like that, that's what comes out, and the lyrical content is in there too, and the same themes are there and stuff, heartbreak and trying to find yourself and things like that. The same themes are there, but
breakfast foods.
And breakfast foods, yeah, breakfast foods. So yeah, I mean there is some modern element there, but I don't know. We're not really trying to. We're not like this is what it has to be. It's just whatever comes out. If we feel like it fits what the Urban Pioneers are. I've written tons of songs that don't fit what the Urban Pioneers are.
Do all three of y'all write?
No, he does most.
I do most of the writing. Liz and Martin, they do help me a lot. But for the most part,
is that by design? I mean,
I think that's what works.
Okay,
just how it comes out. We could go for a drive and he'll come out with a song within a couple hours.
Yeah, I don't cut them off. If they want to write a song,
right.
They can write a song.
Well, I mean, the reason why I'm asking that is because, I spent a lot of time listening to y'all over the last week just to get into this interview. And all these songs are so different, not just melodically, but lyrically as well. So to know that came from the same mind is a little concerning.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, I'm a lighthearted. I'm a lighthearted person, and I don't like to. I mean, I like to talk about deep things and heavy things and stuff like that too, but I like to try to find a way to kind of grease the skids.
Yeah,
a little bit,
there's both of those there though.
Right.
Like, I could listen to Waffle House and be laughing my butt off, and then you'll hit me with a song like Apparitions, and I'm just like making me think now.
Good, it worked.
Yeah, to hear that comes from one mind is really, really cool though.
Thank you, man.
So I mean, how are you inspired in a writing sense?
I feel like this might be weird, and some people can say total BS on it or whatever, but I really feel like that there's just billions and billions of songs in the universe, and they're just floating around in the air, and sometimes when I'm driving, they hit me in the head. Mm-hmm. And I write probably 90% of our songs while I'm driving. I go on drives sometimes just to finish a song. I'm like, I'm going to town right now just to finish something,
Really cool.
So that's just, I don't know, my mind clears. All I'm paying attention to is the road. And I mean, there's not really, just keep driving and going, but you're not distracted by cell phones. And
He remembers all of it at the end.
Yeah, I just kind of write it.
It's really weird.
But if I don't remember it, then it's not good enough,
That's
or
incredible.
If it's just a part of a song or something like that, then the rest of the song will come to me later on. But I feel like a lot of times I try to force songs, and I'm like, man, this is something that's on my mind, and this is something that's important to me, and I want to write a song about this thing. And if I sit down and I try to force it and I try to get it to come out, it sounds forced. It sounds contrived, But if I keep that in the back of my mind and I'm driving down the road one day and I get an idea for a hook or something like that or whatever, then I could take that hook and I can almost like bend it around what I wanted it to be around.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like to kind of do that with it.
That's neat.
That's what I try to do. That's how I write songs.
Very cool. Okay, so we are sitting here with the Urban Pioneers. This is episode 218 of the ETX ROCKS Show, season 3. Really stoked about where we're at and who we have with us this week. As you guys know, we are probably one of the only shows here in Texas that are all genre, all styles, all kinds of music, and even beyond music as well. We've had artists and authors and movie directors. So if you're interested in being on the show, you can email us at etxrocks@gmail.com. But we're with the Urban Pioneers, and we have actually a couple and then a single. So Martin and Jared, no, I'm only kidding. It's actually Jared and Liz are actually together. So how long have y'all been together?
What is it officially now?
I think it's 7 years.
Yeah, it's getting close to 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little after 7 years. We met 7 years ago on the road. We met in Austin, actually, at the Hole in the Wall. I met with this band. It was a guy named Bob Wayne. Liz was already playing with him. I drove from Connecticut down to Texas, and this guy needed a bass player, so I talked to him. I was like, all right, cool, I'll be there. And I showed up, and on my way down there, I'm looking at videos of the band. I'm like, man, this girl is gonna be trouble. She's gonna be trouble. And right away, boom, we hit it off, and then started dating shortly after that, and we've done a lot of stuff together since then. We've been around the world 7 or 8 or 9 times together.
Not much apart.
Yeah, not much apart.
That's okay though sometimes, I mean, when you really enjoy each other's company, that time apart is almost worse than the time together, even when you're 24/7 all the time.
Yeah.
Because you could be together literally every waking moment for 6 months, and then that 30 minutes you're apart, you're just like,
it's weird.
You don't know how to breathe right.
It's weird.
Sometimes.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's when you found the right one, because if you're with somebody that much, you're supposed to get sick of them. You know what I mean? I think
honestly, she gets sick of me though. I'm sure of that.
So when you guys met and started dating, Liz, were you guys in tune musically as well? Because you said you were classically trained, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
Yeah.
Just based on how many instruments he played.
I mean, I was just trying to figure, in the beginning of a relationship, I was so new to fiddle, and I was so intimidated by it, and I was pretty embarrassed that I was classically trained. For some reason, I had that in my head. That's something you should be embarrassed about. So it was just really cool to be with different musicians all the time and, learning something every day. Wow. So I feel like I learned a lot from playing with him on upright bass, and then when he played banjo, I always learned something else. It's just different. I learn something every time I play with a different instrument or person.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So. Liz is pretty much in tune with anybody musically. She's been playing since she was 3 years old. She's incredible. So us getting together and playing music for the first time, for me, my mind was blown. I was like, holy cow, she's amazing, right?
The harmonies are great too between you.
We worked on that a lot. We've worked on that. I mean, we were part of the backing band for years.
I never had to sing before, and so when he said we're going to do Urban Pioneers and you're going to sing, and he's like, oh, and we're going to go record a CD next week. It's like, great, I've never sang before. You want me to go into the studio, sing all these songs I don't know very well. It worked out, so.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, Liz is so in tune with anybody. She could do anything musically that whenever, I think for us, what hit us off so well is that we just had this connection and we could talk and we can hang out and
We're also surviving together on the road because we were backing members, and for a while there, the person that hired me and him, the head of the band, he was not cool with us being together.
Yeah.
So we were also trying to survive and keep our relationship under the wraps for about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Or so while we were on the road, and a lot of times because I just started traveling a lot too, I would get really, really sick on the road. I wasn't used to germs, and you'd have to get me through that.
Right.
So it was just like a survival type thing.
Very cool. All right, so you guys are actually not married though. That's fixing to happen right here in 2018, right?
That's right. 420 through 422, we're having a music festival out in Albany, Texas, where we live, on the ranch that we live on. What is it? We just added a bunch of bands to the bill, so forgive me. It's something like...
There's 12 bands and 8 singer-songwriters. Okay,
so is this the thing that I'm seeing
Walk This Earth Music
promoted
Festival?
With Carrie Nation and the Speakeasies?
Yes,
and all
it's called Walk This Earth Music Festival.
Yeah.
Yep, you can go to www.walkthisearthfestival.com and you can find out all the information. It's $75, and it's all those bands, 12 amazing bands, 8 amazing solo/duo artists, and then you also get food and beer with it. We're having a big wild game cookout.
Nice.
We've already harvested a bunch of venison and a bunch of wild pork from the ranch, and we already made a bunch of smoked sausage. We're making chili and stuff, so get your tickets now. Walk This Earth Music, WalkThisEarthFestival.com. Yeah, free camping as well.
Yeah, very cool. Well, congratulations on that. Finally getting married after 7 years, almost 8.
Yeah. We've been engaged 4 years, I think. Yeah.
We got engaged about 4 years. We just needed to make sure.
Yeah. Well, we've been busy,
Actually,
you know what it was? Is she was making sure that the music collection didn't get...
Exactly. And this year I said, or last year I said, I'm going to contact our booking agent, and I'm just going to tell her that weekend don't book because we're going to get married that weekend.
Yeah,
so
block this weekend out.
This weekend.
Don't book any shows. Yeah.
I can tell you straight up, your booking agent must be amazing.
She rocks.
You guys are playing everywhere.
She's awesome.
She rocks. She's part of the crew. Like, we are a very, very independent band. We pride ourselves on being DIY. You know, like, we do everything our own. Like, all of our releases, all of our music, everything, we do it ourselves. But we have this awesome woman that does our booking. Her name's Katy Perry. devilcatrock@gmail.com if you would like to book the Urban Pioneers or just talk to Kat. And
we'll definitely get with all the promotional at the end as well. So a lot of people will just go to the end and get all of that stuff. They know where to look for it. All right, so just bringing Martin in again a little bit, talking about booking and all that. You guys have played Europe as well with this, right? Yeah. So tell us what that was like, bringing really American hillbilly music over to Europe.
So I've been in the band for just right at 2 years, and that was my first trip going to Europe last year with these guys, and that was amazing. We went to Ireland for, 3 weeks? Yeah. Something like that. Went over to England for about
another 2 or 3 weeks.
2.5, 3 weeks. And
Scandinavia.
Went up to Scandinavia for another 2.5, 3 weeks or something like that, and man, what an experience.
Yeah. Who would have thought that you could just do what you love and just bring it all over the world?
Not me. If you had told me years ago, told 15-year-old me that this is the couch that I'll be sitting on and this is what I'll be doing and this is who I am, I'd have called you a liar. No way.
So, I mean, how do your influences stack up with this? Because, I mean, the upright bass is such a smooth instrument, man.
Yeah, I never would have thought as being a bass player. Like, I played drums for a long time. And growing up, my parents rode motorcycles and stuff, so I listened to classic rock and country and things like that. So I never really had any kind of rockabilly or any kind of influences in that whole area and stuff like that. So being an upright bass player is kind of weird to think about, like, now.
And slap bass too, man. It's so good.
To be honest, when I first started playing, we had a bass player in the first band I was in. And we kind of gave him the boot and just wanted to go string band. So I found a cheap upright bass on Craigslist and looked up whatever rockabilly video I could. And I think I found some stuff with Jared playing bass. And just like people that I know now traveling, like I've met them on the road. And like I watched videos to learn how to play bass like you. Yeah. Now here I am. But
man, the three of y'all bring a sound that is just so unique. And it's so needed here in the 21st century because, I mean, without bands like y'all, we would not have this music anymore. You know, I mean, what we grew up on, the string beans, the Grandpa Jones, the bluegrass giants, the western swing giants. Mm-hmm. You guys are bringing all that into one style of music. So I wanted to thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Because it's important to keep it alive, I think.
Thank you.
You talk about growing up on Hee Haw. I didn't watch a whole lot of Hee Haw, because that's how my house was already. You know?
I don't even watch it on TV.
Yeah. And I was saying off camera, my dad passed away in 2013. If he was here, he'd be freaking out. Straight up freaking out. So it's been a pleasure to have you guys on the show.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
All right, so we are back with the Urban Pioneers from the Albany and Fort Worth areas, and it's been a lot of fun talking with these guys, and huge fans of y'all's. I'm really happy that Micah White told us about y'all, and he owe that to you, Micah, so thank you. And I'm going to throw a shout out for Micah, too. If you guys need the best in photography, Micah S. White Imagery is where you need to go on Facebook. And Micah might be one of the biggest supporters of music anywhere in the country, honestly. The guy just cares so much. So thank you, Micah, for everything that you do for local music here in East Texas.
Thank you, Micah.
And so we are going to play What the Heck with the Urban Pioneers. Now, if you're following along with the ETX ROCKS Show, you know that we try to play a game with as many artists as we can. And here lately, we've been playing a lot of What the Heck. So the way this works, it's just 10 questions, and I'm going to choose them here from my tablet. We have about 40 of them listed here, and I'm just going to choose 10. And I just need y'all to turn your filters off and just tell me the first thing that pops into your mind.
Oh,
you ready?
No.
Am I up first, or is it just random? Just shout them out?
All of them? Shout them out.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, this is What the Heck with the Urban Pioneers. Number 1, when dating someone new, what is the appropriate amount of time to wait before going number 2 in front of them?
In front of them?
Yeah.
In the same room?
Yeah, in the same room.
No, that's not.
Don't poop in front of me.
It's the only privacy I have today.
So if you have one bathroom, you're living together, she's doing her makeup,
No.
and you need to go. You're just going to be like, hey, honey, you're going to have to stop for a minute.
Yeah.
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 He would kick me out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd feel weird about sitting there and like pooping and be like, oh, you're nice blush. You're putting on. Cool.
This is fun, honey.
Yeah. I don't know.
So the answer for y'all is never.
I mean, if you have to, if there's
no escaping.
Yeah, if there's no escaping, but that time frame is, I don't know, it's pretty
Forever.
long. Yeah, it's pretty long.
Okay, number 2. If Superman's so smart, why does he wear his underwear over his pants?
He's smart enough to wear 2 pairs. One under, one
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Ooh.
I don't know, he's got a little curly thing. That's all I can really think about Superman.
I'm thinking it's just because, maybe he was in a real hurry one time. Maybe someone was falling from a building. And he needed to change really quickly, and he just got the order mixed up.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he changed in the phone booth, right?
Yeah.
Where does he change now?
That's a good question.
Write it down.
I'm gone. That's a great question. There are no more phone booths, so where does Superman change?
I don't know, does he have to go to a museum to save
Internet
somebody?
cafe?
Yeah, internet
An internet cafe.
An old divey bar with the kitschy thing in the corner that doesn't really work.
I don't know. Cell phone store, maybe?
Yeah. The Apple store, like,
What
take
was
a
that?
number. Hang on, man. I'm just here to change my clothes.
All right, number 3. When cheese gets its picture taken, what does it say?
Wow.
I was thinking you, me.
Oh, man.
I think me works.
Me? I think so. It's like when Geronimo jumps out of the plane. What does he say? Me.
I don't know.
I don't know what movie that was. It's like Hot
Man,
Shots.
I'm going to send him... You need to send me questions.
It was Hot
It's a
Shots.
great one about Geronimo.
I think. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was Hot Shots. The movie was Hot Shots.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
jumps
Yeah, I
out and goes,
remember
me.
that. Yep. All right, number 4? Yeah, number 4.
Cuatro.
Okay, you guys are alive and living in the 1920s. Okay?
Cool.
You're not from here. You're actually from the 1920s. And you run into a time traveler with an iPhone 7 and a Miley Cyrus ringtone. So how do you react to hearing it?
Terribly. Like falling on the ground? Convulsing? I don't know.
Maybe a seizure? I don't know.
Is the Miley Cyrus ringtone going off because his Twitter went off because the president said something stupid again? Send me back. We can fix this.
Herbert Hoover was president back then. That wasn't good at all.
No.
It's not it's not worse than it is right now.
Well, maybe.
I don't know.
I feel like politically right now we have like half of a good thing, and like the other half you're just like it's like your drunken uncle, you just know you have them but you don't admit it to anybody.
Yeah.
No
admitting going on.
All right, number 5. How long do you wait after eating before going back for seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you just eat all day, then it's not really seconds, right? Then you never really finished
Well,
eating.
I think if you're eating all day, then you're just not keeping track.
Right. But if you just never finish, like you said, how long do you wait after you finish? So if you just don't finish and you just keep munching, you just have munchies all day, and you're like Funyuns, and you're like Snickers, and you're like Doritos,
You guys are on the road.
You're like ice cream.
I eat as much as I can, so immediately I'll go back for seconds.
Yeah. You don't have
Until
to
I'm
wait.
so uncomfortable, and then I'll sit there for a little bit. Yeah. I'll probably go back for thirds.
It depends on if your significant other's in the bathroom. Because then you have to wait until they get out.
What about you, Martin?
That depends what I'm eating. I don't know.
So if it's something you really like, you just eat it right there at the stove and just keep...
keep on going. Let's go.
Why not?
Yeah, seconds doesn't like with the thing about seconds is that with firsts you have to go and like make your plate, and then you have to go sit down somewhere, whether it's on the couch or the dining room table or whatever it is, whatever. But seconds, you get this awesome liberty of just standing over the macaroni and cheese bowl and shoving it in your face. That's what seconds is.
It's like the old cartoons where you just see their legs spinning.
Yeah.
Number 6. You guys are on the road between gigs. How do you guys choose where to eat?
It depends on where we are.
Yeah.
It really depends on where we are. If we're in Indiana, then we normally wait until we get out of Indiana.
This is how we make fans. We talk crap
about
every
I
state.
take that back. Take that back.
We're gonna have minus viewership.
Yeah,
from
Indiana used to be my food joke, but I found out about these pork tenderloin sandwiches. You ever had one of them?
Mm-mm.
Dude, it's kind of like a chicken fried steak. They just take the pork loin and they smash it and they deep fry it and they put it on a bun. But the bun's like a little bitty bun, and the meat around it is like that big. So you just kind of pick it up and just eat it around.
The bread is just holding.
Yeah,
like, it's just a hold.
Yeah, it's really
by
just
the time
kind of
you're
a
done
handle.
eating around the edges, you're full.
Yeah,
so
you're
never
making it to seconds.
Yeah, it's seconds.
Yeah. See, I mean, it really depends on where we are. If we're in the South, a lot of times, well, it depends on in the South where you are.
So who's usually the one that says, what do y'all want to eat?
Well, we have like
it's the driver.
choices.
We kind of have our go-tos. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of places.
Yeah.
Like we definitely know like what region, if we're in the United States, what region we're in, what fast food places we like that we all like. You know, like
So there's not a whole lot of like chaos when it comes to picking somewhere to eat.
No, it's not really that fun. It's more along the lines of like, hey guys, what do you want? This exit has a Waffle House. No, okay, we'll keep going. You know.
Is it true you've never had a waffle?
Never had a waffle. As many people have tried, I've never had a waffle at the Waffle House. I'm not against it. I don't care if you like waffles. Cool, man. I'm just not really into fried bread. I like hash browns and biscuits and gravy and sausage and egg and cheese and grits.
Fried potatoes, not bread.
Yeah, you know, I don't want no. That's like a dessert. I feel like waffles are.
I'm with you.
They're a dessert.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, maybe the waffle themselves aren't the dessert, but I think people put all that crap on it that makes it turn into a dessert.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're good. It's called Waffle House, and everything else at the Waffle House is delicious. So I'm sure the thing that they're named after is probably pretty good.
But you're just taking the word for it.
Yeah, no, I don't need to. You know, that's cool. I believe them.
Yeah, and they need to sponsor.
They call me Wahoo Fan #1 on the internet. You know that?
Yeah.
Did you know that? They call me Wahoo Fan 1 on the internet. They do. You know what? You want to see why? I'll show you. Isn't that stupid? How stupid is that? That's stupid. That's pretty dumb.
Man, that's making the final cut too. I don't care.
Gives me 15% off though. How dumb is that?
In on it. All right. Where in the world were we? All right.
Waffle House.
Number 6, possibly.
I think it's 7.
Okay. Well,
yeah, we are on 7.
All right, number 7. Where do you guys think squirrels go during hurricanes?
Dude.
Far up in the trees.
I think they also go where the turkeys go when I'm trying to shoot them all. I'm pretty sure there is a warp portal in the woods somewhere. You see them, and then where do they go? Where do they go?
Yeah, they like go behind a tree, and then they're gone.
There's a mystical portal that goes to another universe of a squirrel, turkey, deer, wild pig land, where humans are not. Until we die, maybe?
I don't know.
And all
I
the
bet you
socks.
it's all neon.
Yeah, and all the socks. all the lost socks are there, too.
Yeah. Spare socks. There's just turkeys. They got them on there.
Yeah, maybe
they're
that's...
like turkey bandanas.
Maybe they needed them because it's really cold over there, and they're putting them on their feet.
Hashtag turkey bandana.
I also think that mystical portal has the Waffle House that has the all-you-can-eat buffet on it that they don't have anymore.
They don't have that anymore.
Not a buffet, but they used to have all-you-can-eat Waffle House.
I wonder if they have a mystery meat soon after hurricanes, so maybe that's where the squirrels go.
In the portal?
At the Waffle House buffet.
In the portal, though?
Yeah.
I bet they do.
We have turkey, squirrel, pork, venison burgers.
Yeah.
All right, number 8.
Portal, though.
You guys are fun. All right. All right, number 8. Isn't hitting the snooze button just reliving the worst part of your day over and over again?
That's why you don't set an alarm.
Yeah, what's a snooze button, man? We don't have jobs. We don't have jobs. Normally when we have to be somewhere, it's like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. If we're still asleep, and that's a
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
You just create the life for yourself.
I used to do that. I'd hit it. And like, you would stay awake for the 4.5 minutes until it beeped, but then like that last 30 seconds, you would fall asleep so hard.
Yep.
You're like, wake up again. Do it again.
Yep.
You would do it again, and I would still be late for work every day.
I think it's the worst thing that was ever invented was the snooze button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or the job.
Job.
Or the reason you have to wake up early.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the worst thing.
It's awful. Job is a 4-letter word in my world. All right, number 9. I'm just curious. All right, number 9. Why do you guys think the chicken crossed the road?
Was it the chicken or was it the egg that rolled across the road?
Maybe the chicken is kicking an egg across the road.
Maybe. Then the egg would break, and then that's like past chicken. But if the chicken kicked the egg and the egg broke, then there would be no future chicken, so then there'd be nothing crossing the road.
So that'd be like genocide.
Yeah.
Maybe
You had a chicken omelet? Isn't that weird? That's twisted. That is
Back
twisted.
to the Waffle House, man.
Chicken omelet.
Chicken omelet.
That's messed up, don't you think?
It would be. It would be like cannibalism.
Yeah. But no, like they're not
It's
eating
like
each
chicken
other.
swimming in baby chicken.
It's twisted, man. I've never had one. I've never had a waffle or a chicken omelet. It's the principle.
It's just, yeah, not cool. All right, number 10 of What the Heck. Now, you guys can pick one album to listen to for the rest of your life. No other albums exist once you pick this album. So, what album do you choose? And if you don't like album, we can do artist instead, and I can re-ask it.
You're such a jerk.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be a CCR album. Couldn't really tell you which one.
Oh, like the greatest hits, like the anthology album, maybe?
Yeah.
With all of them? I was thinking mine would be like Gone Truckin'. You know, the compilation with like...
It's got like Dave Dudley.
Yeah, Dave Dudley and Red Simpson. And but it would have to be like the whole collection. Because I would say like Hank Williams
Red
anthology of everything, right? But then, I mean, I love Hank Williams, but after a while, Eternity, you would get bored of
You
doing
would
the
be
same
very,
thing.
like-
So you kind of need a compilation in there to mix it up,
Right.
you know, you had, or at least some different singing. So I
Now,
think
you're thinking about this logically. I like that.
about dumb
So
stuff.
I was going to say the Red Sick Ramblers, and then I was thinking, but if I had like the Cajun beat in my head, like da 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 da, like for the rest of my life, I might just walk around like this, like just kind of losing my mind. But I really do like Cajun music, but I think if I listened to it for like the rest of my life, I would just like walk around like this.
Yeah. It's like, it's getting stuff done music, but if you're on a deserted island, you ain't got nothing to do, just kind of doing this. You know?
You're just shuffling sand all the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, guys, so that was What the Heck with the Urban Pioneers. Man, that was a lot of fun. So you guys are actually going to perform another song for us, so tell us a little bit about this song and how it got written and all that.
This song's called Fast Money, and it's kind of a, like I was talking about before, about how like songs and stuff like that just kind of come in my head. This is a culmination of a bunch of different lines and a bunch of different concepts and stuff like that just kind of landed in my head, and they all made sense together, so we kind of put a melody around it and did it. And I think what it's got to do with is a lot of people compromise their morals to make $1, you know, whether it's fast money or, you know, just money that you have to do. And sometimes you got to make $1, you know, like maybe that the $1 that you're earning is not even going to you. You have to earn $1 for somebody else. But
Waffle House.
Right, you know, sometimes you got to go to Waffle House. You got to tip that waitress, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah. So there's a lot of people that I don't know. They're willing to compromise their morals and what they do for $1, and it also has to do with about, you know, working hard and earning what you get and
instead
earning
of
what you
depending
do.
on something else.
Yeah,
to
instead
get
of
Very cool.
instead of relying on a handout or relying on anything, you know, we can only do. I don't know. I was gonna try to get deep, but I just got weird. So
no deepness here. This is Fast Money by the Urban Pioneers. Y'all check it out. So we are back with the Urban Pioneers. Now, for those out there that might be tuning in for the first time and hearing about the Urban Pioneers for the first time, where can they follow along with y'all? I know you guys have a record coming out. Tell us about that and where folks can get that as well when it's out.
That's right. Everything, we try to make it as easy as possible to find out about the Urban Pioneers. We have www.urbanpioneersmusic.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those social media places. We also, the album will be for sale on January 26th on our website. It'll be officially released then. If you want to get a little sneak peek at it, CD Baby messed up and they released it on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon and stuff like that. So if you want to listen to the new album, you can just go listen to it right now. And then you can buy it whenever it's available, right? You're going to buy it, aren't you? Yeah, so then you can also go to HighOnTheHogShow.com. You can go to Walk This Earth Music or WalkThisEarthFestival.com. You can also go to Uprooted.rocks. That is my graphic media design. I do websites and graphic design and stuff like that too. I graduated last year with a bachelor's degree in website design, so I'll take care of all your website needs.
There you go. So you guys check all of those places out. Again, it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Urban Pioneers Music, I think, on all three of those, right? And it's urbanpioneersmusic.com, Walk This Earth Festival.com, and the other one was
High on the Hog Show.
HighOnTheHogShow.com and UrbanPioneersMusic.com. Boom. And definitely want to thank you guys for coming on the ETX ROCKS Show for the very first time. And we are going to be checking them out at Memphis tonight, so we're excited about that as well. All right, so y'all have been tuned in to the 218th episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Super blessed to get to do what we get to do. And we're really, really happy to have introduced you guys to the Urban Pioneers from North Central Texas, which is a little bit different than South Central LA. Just a little bit. Again, you can follow along with them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's urbanpioneersmusic.com. Urban Pioneers Music on social media. urbanpioneersmusic.com is their website. walkthisearth.com. And
On the Hog Show, all that stuff.
IamTheHogShow.com. That's the one I keep forgetting. And that's about their little like radio show type reality show. Yeah. Which is hilarious, by the way. Y'all need to check that out on YouTube. And if you're finding out about the ETX ROCKS Show for the first time, you can also follow along with us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at ETX ROCKS. If you're watching on YouTube, please smash that subscribe button. That'll really, really help us out a lot. And hit like while you're there as well. Now, the cool thing about YouTube, y'all, is subscriptions are free there unless you hit the button twice. You hit the button twice, we charge you $40. So make sure you're only hitting the button once. I say that because if you hit it twice and they unsubscribe. And
I was like, what is he talking about?
It's like, man, how much money do I owe somebody?
God, I clicked that button like 30 times.
All right, if you want to contribute financially to the ETX ROCKS Show, we would definitely appreciate it because all of our funding comes from viewers and listeners like y'all out there. And you can contribute to us at www.paypal.me/ETXROCKS. We'll take anything from 50 cents to $1 million. Nothing over $1 million. Tax bracket changes. We can't afford all that. So 50 cents to $1 million. Someday someone will listen.
Yeah.
Then I won't be in my living room anymore.
But they don't need a new little thing like this, though. This one's perfect.
Yeah, that one works, y'all. And our Walmart lamp trees work really well.
Yeah.
Professional lighting.
Yeah.
As we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
Yeah.
This is Curtis Grimes, Monty Pittman.
This is Doug Supernon.
I'm Heather Little.
This is Rob Redwine.
Ho! Hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Lynn, and make sure to tune in to ETX Rocks with
Boston Chris.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
Tough guy. Ho!
Hey guys, we're Blacktop Mojo, and thank you for tuning in to ETX Rocks.